with Arsenal, because I was having a conversation with someone telling him that if you look at Chelsea, for example, Chelsea last season, shortly before they sacked Lampard, there were a lot of players that you'd look in that squad and think they can't walk into any of Manchester City or Liverpool or any other big club right now. Someone like Rudiger for start, who was dropped for Zuma. And after Tuchel came and started playing to this player's strengths, now they look top class players. Someone like Havertz is finally, living up to his potential. Mason Mount, who was being thrown under the bus by Chelsea fans, is now their poster boy, and so on and so on. Even Kante was being scapegoated under Lampard. So for me, in my opinion, is it Arteta who's the problem? Because for me, I don't think he's playing to the player's strengths. Like only like a year ago, Aubameyang was being considered one of the best strikers in world football, if not the best striker in world football. And right now, he looks like he can't even make higher strikers. In your opinion, guys, is Arteta the problem? Or what do you think is the problem? Because in my opinion, I think Arteta has better players than Emery or Wenger ever did.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's too inexperienced. Like he hasn't gotten the opportunity to make mistakes, to know what to do, like when the players don't do what you want them to do. Because to be honest, I think Arteta has a huge ego problem, a massive ego problem. Like Maitland-Niles, once he wants the game time, like, and he wanted to move to Everton actually, like recently, actually today. Then now Arteta is like pulling him out of first team training. Like he won't train with the first team anymore. Now, like that's some escalation, which to be honest isn't necessary. He just hasn't learned the man management side of being a manager. Like the tactical side is there, but how to interact with the players, it's not yet there.
Exactly. Like I personally was thinking when he first took over Arsenal, like people, if you can go look at the results and all that, when he first took over Arsenal, he was working with players he didn't particularly like, but he had to use them and it got him results. Like up until lockdown, we were the second best team in terms of form from when he took over in December of 2019. And he had a system where every player knew their roles. Like Ozil was playing, Pepe was playing on the right, Bukayo Saka broke through as a left wing back, with Xhaka taking that space and becoming a sort of like 3-5 in possession. And it used to work. Even Amen used to play and it used to work. Then I think after we won that FA Cup, after lockdown, and then he got promoted from head coach to manager. I think that's when he started raising the red flags, in my opinion, because from there he started getting more power. I've seen an article today saying that he's like Arsene Wenger, like everyone is calling him like Amini Arsene, because he now has more control over the squad assembly, over the assembling of the squad. He has a larger say over how he appoints his coaching staff and all that. So he's now a manager, he's no longer a head coach. And I think now he started ostracizing players he didn't like. He ostracized Ozil, we all know when he ostracized him, but he forgot what Ozil had friends. He had acolytes, people like Kolasinac, people like who's now going to Fenerbahce to follow his friend. Like, of course, it was going to have a detrimental effect to the atmosphere of the dressing room, and you can see how he's treating Amen right now. Amen, this time last year, was getting called up to the England squad. He is a 5-cup England international, and right now he's being informed that his move will be blocked and he'll train with the under 23s. Like, what type of man management is that? And I think that is what is ruining the dressing room. And I think that's probably the reason as to why the players have probably lost faith in him. Because even if you look at that performance against Man City, like clearly those players weren't trying. How do you register a single shot and possess 13% of the football? And this is an Arsenal side that is famously known for ball retention. Like it was so that when Kieran is having a bad game, you know things are bad. Because even Kieran looks disinterested. And this is a guy who always puts a shit in. So I don't know if Arteta's management of these players is the problem or what. Not the tactical side of things.
At some point in the first half against Man City, there were like 2-3 minutes whereby Ederson could just stand with the ball under, wait for Arsenal to press, but they actually did not press at all. Exactly. Ederson could just stand under. At some point, I could hear Peter Drury saying, "We have a standoff here," and actually the game is going on, and you start wondering, can just anyone just make an effort to press or show some interest in playing the game? What you're saying that your players looked disinterested, it's kind of true, because no one was giving their best in that match. I may just say maybe Leno was trying, because why it not for Leno, the score would have been a little bit worse, like 6-7.
That's his job, and that's because that's his job. His job is to make
as much as his job, he needs protection. He's a goalkeeper.
Definitely.
He needs protection.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the Chelsea match before we get to that match. The protection which Edward Mendy was given, it motivates the goalkeeper. You can say
Definitely.
it's Lemon's job. It's
Definitely.
Lemon's job.
Mhm. Okay,
But he's trying.
what I'm trying to say is he tried, and if I were to rate every Arsenal player who played on the pitch, I don't think any player will get above 3. He's the only player I give a 3, and that's because he made saves because he wasn't being protected. But even so, that's his job. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he tried, yes, but that's his job. His job is to make saves. It's not Odegaard's job to make saves. It's Leno's job to make saves. He's the only player legally allowed to catch the ball with his hands. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? But I think these players are just not playing for him, in my opinion, because these are players with good coaching. I think can even achieve top 4. If you gave this squad to Tuchel right now, if you gave this job to Tuchel right now, I'm 100% sure he'd figure out a way to play to their strengths. Like, okay, Arteta has a system that he's trying to implement, and this system that he's trying to implement requires a lot of specificity. Like, not just any player can walk into his side. That's why probably Ronaldo didn't join City, because Ronaldo isn't a Pep type of number 9. Even if he's a goat, tactically and stylistically isn't his type of number 9. So I feel like he needs a lot of specificity in terms of his system. But now the problem is this. He has players who don't suit his style of play. Aubameyang isn't his type of striker, but he's an elite finisher. So why not play to his strengths? That's what I'm trying to say.
Mark, as much as we are saying that Arteta doesn't have players who suit his system, I'm going to ask you a simple question. What's Arteta's system? Because since he won the FA Cup, after winning the FA Cup and the Comp Shield, I've never seen playing any entertaining football.
Exactly.
And the last match I watched Arsenal play good football was against West Brom.
Exactly.
The 4-0 match.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's 20 months into his reign, and we still don't know what his style of play is. Okay, people are trying to get what's lyrical and saying he's trying to get the players to suit his style of play. And of course, we'll make assumptions because he worked under Pep. He's supposed to adopt this type of biblical tiki-taka football, like Pep sort of like implemented at Man City. So probably that's the how do we put it? That's what he wants to implement. But now the problem is, even with that, he still has a lot of players who don't suit that style of play. If that's the style of play he's trying to implement, that is, he doesn't have those players.
Another thing, Mark, it doesn't mean if you have been taught by a professor, you are definitely going to graduate with an A. Exactly. I think Pep, at some point, you might look at Arsenal, the way Arsenal are playing, and say maybe Arteta is failing. He's just failing because from what we are hearing and coming to a point that Niles puts the message on a social media, it means that there is a lot of discomfort among the players or the changing room. I don't think he has someone in his team or the changing room.
Exactly.
Trust the process.
I've been telling people this process isn't working because it hasn't got solid foundations. That's the problem. But there are a lot of people online who want to give him time, saying, Arteta hasn't had his best players are unfit. Oh, I don't know, we had 3 tough fixtures, opening fixtures. Other players are out through injury and COVID. I think those are the excuses people are making. People are now even starting to say that Edu has failed Arteta because he hasn't brought in the players that he wants. Yet, according to the Athletic, all his players are first choice players. Ramsdale was his first choice goalkeeper. White was his first choice centre back. Gabriel was his first choice left back, right back, and so on and so forth. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
I've just heard you just said you had 3 difficult fixtures, certain fixtures. You played Brentford.
Exactly. But here's the thing, what I'm trying to say about Brentford is, me personally as a fan, heading into the new season, I was expecting a draw at best against Brentford because I knew, yes, they just got promoted. They're in the league for the first time in 75 years. They have a new stadium. They are a smartly run club considering the deals that they bring in. Look at someone like Ivan Toney was a Newcastle reject right now, looks like he's at future England international. You get what I'm saying? And they have a clear philosophy, a clear style of play. And the fans were back. So, given we were playing away, I was expecting a draw at best. But I was expecting a situation where we at least played good football. Against Man City and Chelsea, realistically, I wasn't expecting an out-and-out win. But I was expecting at least we gave them a fight. At least we made them sweat. Even if we, like, you remember when we played against Chelsea under Emery and
Yeah.
we lost by 3-2 when Sarri was new and Emery was new. At least we put in a shift. Yes, we lost by 3-2, but we at least played with intensity. When we played against Chelsea, we were clearly petrified of Lukaku. City, literally even Ederson, like you just mentioned, was just dilly-dallying with the ball all over the place. Like, there wasn't any sense of pride. These players looked disinterested. That's what I'm trying to say.
Actually, Ederson did not touch the ball with his hand in the whole of the second half.